Once upon a time, in the heart of West Africa, there existed a kingdom known for its lush forests, vibrant markets, and the rhythmic beat of drums that echoed through the savannah. This was the land of the Olokun Kingdom, ruled by a wise and just king. In this kingdom, two brothers, Kwame and Jabari, lived. They were as different as the sun and the moon. Kwame, the elder brother, was strong, ambitious, and fiercely protective of his family. Jabari, the younger one, was gentle, with eyes that held the wisdom of ancient storytellers. The Olokun Kingdom was blessed with a beautiful princess named Adia. Her skin was the color of rich cocoa, and her eyes sparkled like the midnight sky. Adia was not only beautiful but also kind-hearted, and her laughter could heal the deepest wounds. Both Kwame and Jabari fell deeply in love with Princess Adia. They admired her grace, her intelligence, and the way she cared for the people of the kingdom. But it was Kwame who burned with a passion that threatened to consume him. He desired Adia as one desires water in the scorching desert. One moonlit night, Kwame approached the ancient baobab tree, where he knew Adia often came to seek solace. The moon bathed the tree in silver, and the leaves whispered secrets to the wind. Kwame's heart raced as he confessed his love to Adia. She listened, her eyes filled with both compassion and sadness. "Kwame," Adia said softly, "I appreciate your feelings, but my heart belongs to another." Kwame's rage flared. He couldn't bear the thought of Adia loving anyone else. His mind twisted like the roots of the baobab tree. He vowed that if he couldn't have her, no one would. The next morning, Kwame invited Jabari for a walk along the river. The sun painted the water in shades of gold, and the birds sang sweet melodies. As they reached a secluded spot, Kwame's eyes darkened. "Jabari," he said, "I have a secret to share. I love Princess Adia, and I know she loves you, but I cannot bear it any longer. I will do whatever it takes to make her mine." Jabari's heart sank. He loved Adia too, but he would never betray his brother. "Kwame," he pleaded, "we cannot harm each other for love. Let us both step back." But Kwame's jealousy had turned him into a monster. He lunged at Jabari, and in the struggle that followed, he pushed his brother into the raging river. Jabari's cries echoed through the forest, but Kwame turned away, his heart as cold as the water that swallowed his brother. Days passed, and Adia sensed something amiss. She searched for Jabari, her heart heavy with worry. When she discovered his lifeless body washed ashore, grief consumed her. She wept for her lost love, unaware of the darkness that had taken root in her kingdom. As Adia mourned, whispers reached her ears. The villagers spoke of Kwame's treachery. When she confronted him, Kwame confessed, his eyes devoid of remorse. Adia's sorrow turned to fury. She summoned the spirits of the ancestors, and they cursed Kwame. From that day on, Kwame's once mighty strength waned. His skin grew ashen, and his eyes haunted. He roamed the forests, a tormented soul, forever seeking redemption. Adia, too, changed. Her laughter vanished, replaced by a steely resolve. She vowed to protect her people from the darkness that had consumed her love. The Olokun Kingdom suffered, a disaster born from jealousy and betrayal. And so, the tale of the two brothers and the West African princess became a cautionary legend. Love, they learned, could either heal or destroy, depending on the choices made. The baobab tree stood witness, its roots entwined with the secrets of the past, whispering stories to the wind. And somewhere in the heart of the Olokun Kingdom, Jabari's spirit lingered, hoping that love would one day triumph over tragedy. Kwame wandered the forests of the Olokun Kingdom, a mere shadow of his former self. His once mighty strength had waned, and his skin turned ashen. His eyes, once filled with fire, now held only torment and regret. Haunted by guilt, Kwame roamed the ancient baobab groves, seeking redemption. The spirits of the ancestors whispered to him, their voices carried by the wind. They reminded him of his treachery, the betrayal that had cost his brother's life. As seasons passed, Kwame's existence became a solitary one. He no longer felt the warmth of the sun or the coolness of the rain. His heart weighed heavy, burdened by the knowledge that he had sacrificed love for jealousy. The villagers avoided him, sensing the darkness that clung to his soul. Children told tales of the cursed brother who had torn apart his own flesh and blood. Kwame's name became synonymous with tragedy, a cautionary tale whispered around campfires. But deep within Kwame's fractured heart, a glimmer of hope remained. He yearned for forgiveness, for a chance to undo the irreversible. Perhaps, he thought, if he could find Adia, the princess he had coveted, he could somehow make amends. Adia too had changed. Her laughter had vanished, replaced by steely determination. She ruled the kingdom with wisdom, her eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of darkness. She vowed to protect her people from the curse that had befallen them. One fateful night, as the moon hung low, Kwame stumbled upon Adia standing at the edge of the river, the same river where he had pushed Jabari to his death. Her gaze met his, and in those eyes he saw both sorrow and resolve. "Kwame," Adia said, her voice like a distant echo, "you cannot undo what you've done, but redemption lies in healing, not hurting." Kwame fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. "Princess," he whispered, "I am but a shell of a man. Can forgiveness truly find me?" Adia stepped closer, her touch gentle. "Forgiveness," she said, "is not a gift we bestow upon ourselves. It is earned through acts of kindness, through selflessness." And so, Kwame vowed to serve the Olokun Kingdom. He planted trees, tended to wounded animals, and helped the elderly cross the river. Slowly, the curse began to lift. His skin regained color and his eyes softened. Adia watched him from afar, her heart torn between compassion and caution. She knew that love could either heal or destroy, and Kwame's redemption hung in the balance. One day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Kwame approached Adia. "Princess," he said, "I seek no reward, only forgiveness." Adia studied his face, the lines etched by remorse, the fire replaced by humility. She extended her hand. "Kwame," she said, "you have suffered enough. Let us heal together." And so, in the heart of the Olokun Kingdom, forgiveness bloomed like wildflowers after the rain. Kwame and Adia worked side by side, rebuilding bridges and mending broken spirits. Love, they discovered, could indeed triumph over tragedy. And somewhere in the rustling leaves of the baobab tree, Jabari's spirit smiled, a silent witness to redemption and the enduring power of forgiveness.